this is today's subject, why master your mind. But before I deep dive into it, let me share a story before you. I'm sure you would love to hear a story. This is one day a farmer was looking for water resource for his farm. And when he bought a well, then he bought a well from his neighbor. The neighbor, however, was cunning. The next day, as the farmer came to draw water from his well, the neighbor refused to let him take the water. When the farmer asked why, the neighbor replied, "I sold you the well, not the water," and he walked away. Right? Distraught, the farmer went to the emperor to ask for justice. He explained what happened. The emperor called Birbal. So it's yet another one of those great stories. The emperor called Birbal, one of his 9 and wisest courtiers. Birbal proceeded to question the neighbor. "Why didn't you let the farmer take water from the well?" "You did sell the well to the farmer," the neighbor replied. "Birbal, I did sell the well to the farmer, but not the water within. He has no right to draw the water from the well." The Birbal said, "Look, since you sold the well, you have no right to keep the water in the farmer's well. Either you pay the rent to the farmer or take out all the water immediately." Realizing that his scheme had failed, the neighbor apologized and went home. Now, what do we learn from here? That is important. Let's reflect and see how often we have made or faced unreasonable demands. The key is to make sure we handle such situations in a composed manner. Logic, knowledge, and understanding does help in fighting your own battles. You will come across many such people who would want to take advantage of your innocence and passive behavior. Friends, the key is not to surrender always, but evaluate and be wise where needed. One more thing, remember, never mistake knowledge for wisdom. I'm sure all of you now know when I talk about intellect and emotions, and intellect is nothing but wisdom. One helps to make a living, and the other helps you to live a dignified life. Make sure you are a wise person, because wise men speak because they have something to say, while fools speak because they have to just say something. The biggest problem in life happens due to 2 reasons. Either I act without thinking, or I keep thinking without acting. So, dear spirited souls, sometimes we do not realize our strength until someone takes advantage of our weakness. Sometimes you have to play the role of fool to fool the fool who think he is fooling you. Right? So, for all this, you need to respond, not react. You need to be wise, not knowledgeable. And all this will come when you understand your mind better. So, with this background of our small story from Akbar Birbal, let me come to our subject, why understand mind. A time comes in the life of every man and woman when they have tested every option in their life, like faiths, values, patience, and perhaps even the black magic and what we say is Jadoo Tona. And yeah, but nothing seems to have worked. How is it that some people in this world live a life of joy and peace despite all adversities, while many live a life of despair, anger, depression, despite all comforts and resources? Does it not happen? Right. You must have heard about these celebrities. Let me share some of these are the names. Helen Keeler. She was born blind, had little resources, and she struggled back to life to perform wonders. How? Marilyn Monroe had everything and fabulous success, but she ended up destroying herself. You all know about that. Why? And of course, the superhero Amitabh Bachchan, while shooting for Coolie, he was seriously hurt. The meaning of this accident could have been a reason to die, to grieve, or anything else he wanted to communicate. But he chose to communicate to himself that his experience had occurred for a purpose. Remember, he chose to communicate to himself that this experience had occurred for a purpose. As a result of this communication with himself, he formed a set of beliefs and values that continued to direct his life from a sense of advantage rather than tragedy. Why? Friends, what do we do when we have tried everything and things still turn out wrong? People who succeed do not have fewer problems than who fail. Who are those people without problems? Those are in symmetries. The difference is how we communicate with our mind and the actions we take. How do I empower my mind? So this is something very important today. And that's why this topic, yeah, right. The words that you write or speak to others can have a huge impact and create a lasting memory, either good or bad. So it's super important to choose them wisely. The words can make or break a relationship. Your choice of words and the way you express yourself can accelerate or kill your career. So the key thing to remember is that your mental state has awesome power and you can control it. You don't have to be at the mercy of whatever comes to your way. So, friends, your life is an expression of your mind. Things like who you are going to be hanging around with, socializing with, things like how you are going to love your family, your spouse, your children, how you are going to respect your partner, your parents, your co-worker, your superiors and subordinates. Whether you are going to have extra samosa, one extra drink, whether you are going to spend your day in the club or in the casino or in the temple or with the satsang, or will you elevate yourself with knowledge and best practices about yourself? So your life is expression of all that. What lifestyle you want to live, how you want to live, with whom you want to live, what beliefs you choose to have, it's your birthright as a human being. You can choose to be happy much of the time or not. You can choose to create a life filled with melodrama or a life filled with peace and joy. Friends, The choice is yours. Choice is yours. Are there any questions? Are we good to go? Right. Thank you. Thank you. So let's understand what is the purpose of this course, foundation class, and what is the purpose? Start your day right. I hope you can all see the slides clearly.
Yes,
And
Captain.
yeah, give me a thumbs
Yes,
up
Captain.
if you are all with me. Yeah, wonderful. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Great. Love you all. It's a wonderful day. And so let's start. Start your day right. Like in Bombay today, it's a wonderful day. Very pleasant breeze. I've opened my windows, and what a lovely day. It's still not uh, uh, nearly about 45 minutes away from sunrise, so it's pretty dark. So if you start your day running late, stressed, worried, frantic, and rushing around, it's likely that the rest of your day will follow suit. So I guess you got the hint. How you start the day in a right way. So we are going to learn all this here. That's the purpose. Prioritize your goals. A good start to life begins with learning to design your goals, learning to reset your mind, achieve academic, professional success, great interpersonal relationships, and improved health. So I need to prioritize what my goal is for that day in my life. Define balance for yourself. Balance for yourself. What does balance in real life? Balance in life really means to define yourself. What does a balance? It really means to define. Say yes to saying no. As your stress level increases, you can often push harder to be a total pleaser. I hope you are understanding what I'm saying. Saying yes to everyone else and no to our own needs. Be careful. We learn those things also. Of course, schedule time out. As part of your daily, weekly, monthly planning, schedule time in your diary for yourself. Take a walk. And it's much more than what you have heard. Set and maintain boundaries. When I say this, I am always talking about boundaries, perhaps because this would have been the game changer for me if I had set them earlier. But every single one of my clients that sets boundaries early in our coaching or in coaching relationship has results much faster than those that don't. So setting boundaries is your goalposts. When you set them, you have a flexibility to change your boundaries when you want. But when you are working, work within your boundaries. Otherwise, you will go astray. And next is disconnect to fully connect. What does it mean? Turn off the phone, close the laptop, switch off your TV, learn to connect with yourself, your needs, wants, desires, particularly during the last 1 hour before going to bed. Let it go. Let go of all consuming, stress inducing things to do list, like pass the project onto someone else. That's distributing the duties, right? Let go of the need to please and control and win at all costs. We always want to win. That what happens is we are stressed. There is always a need to please someone or the other, or control somebody or the other. Let go. Let go of the other person's expectations. Let go the judgment of yourself and the others. Keep what matters. Let go what doesn't matter. Next is let go of the excuses. That's something very interesting. I have to do this for so and so reason. I need to visit for so and so. I can't possibly, or I don't have time to. I logged in late, 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late. I've seen people trickling in this class just now, even 12 minutes after 6:50. I know they have a valid reason. So let go the excuses. If you have been asked, it's just a small example. If you have been asked to log in 10 minutes earlier than 6:15, please do log in. Let no one ask you. Nobody will ask you excuses in your time. So cut through the BS excuses that are stopping you from creating balance and moving you one step closer to burnout. Last but not least, be your own VIP. I know I go on about this repeatedly, and yes, you already know that oneself is not caring about yourself, is not being selfish. Accumulating material thing for yourself is selfish. Caring about your relationship, your health is not being selfish. So treat yourself like a VIP, very important person. If you don't start to put yourself and be your own VIP, then who else? All this and much more you will be learning in the next coming months in details over here. Because once this foundation course gets over, it's not about all. Foundation course is just to build up a base level for you to take off. And thereafter begins your real journey, the hand holding, the nurturing classes. So what is the process of resetting your mind? By using the techniques of mindfulness, meditation, and creative visualization. During meditation, we observe our sensations. 20% of the teaching is the philosophy of meditation in this class. 80% is communicating the values of this philosophy. That is the process to reset your mind. So, if you have come here to learn meditation, very good, welcome. But meditation is just a conduit or a vehicle to nourish your mind, and you are able to reset or reprogram your mind to get what you want. And the byproduct is being at peace, being stress-free, being in harmony. That's the byproduct. And automatically, when the transformation in your life starts, transformation means instead of reacting, you are responding, you are finding techniques to be successful consecutively, you are finding techniques how to have great relationship, you are finding learning techniques to have great health, optimum health, automatically you will be at peace with yourself. But if your intention is, I do meditation to get peace and harmony, that peace and harmony will last you for less than an hour after you finish your meditation. Nothing more than that. It is like going to a satsang. What happens? It's a feel-good factor. Unless you act upon it, unless you know how to act upon it, unless you have learned the techniques how to act upon it, the transformation doesn't take place. It's only a feel-good factor that you have come to this meditation class. Right. So, to be more successful in any endeavor, you need to use the full range of your mental faculties, such as creative and intuitive skills. Intuitive are the spontaneous responses. We all are born with, human beings are born with 5 senses, 5 faculties. The 6th one, the spontaneous correct response, intuitive skills, is built with regular, constant practice of meditation. You already know that development of right brain helps you in creativity and intuitive skills, and left brain helps you in developing logic and reasoning skills. But friends, those who have joined new, let me remind you, we are not going to be talking about the brain. Brain is something which is tangible. A surgeon can cut open and show you the brain. Here we talk about mind, which is a software of our body. And of course, the Sheetal, who is a software programmer, engineer, will know software is not visible, it can be felt. Like you take your hand close to a burning candle, you suddenly withdraw because the mind tells you there is a heat, you will burn. And with programming of your mind, it's like software, therefore you are able to reprogram to your advantage and to what you want. So this is what we are going to learn in the class, the techniques to reset your mind, the techniques to reprogram your mind. Of course, it will come through once you have nourished your mind, and the nourishment is by constant and regular practice of mind. So next thing, before I go to the levels of consciousness, are there any questions? Are there anything you would like to ask? Please do. Yeah, please don't use chat box. I'm not going to see the chat box. I prefer one-to-one interaction. Just unmute and ask. So if you have no questions, let me go ahead and see what are the levels of consciousness. Let us understand how brain activity relates to focus of mind. There are 3 levels of our consciousness and 4 levels of mind activity. One is the outer focus, that is your conscious mind. Focus is on the physical world, seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, logical thinking, blah, blah, blah. And in that, we have named this level as beta level. It is the most dominant and fast brain pattern found in everyday wakeful life. It's about 13 cycles per second. Then next is inner focus, that is subconscious mind. Focus is inward towards your physical body. thought, physical body. On what? Your thoughts, dreaming, intuition, etc. And the brain frequency at that time is 8 to 12 cycles per second. In this, there is another category level that's called theta level. It is the brain pattern associated with deep meditation, where the frequency is further reduced. That's 5 to 7 cycles per second. Then we have another level which is called unconscious mind. All basic functions are automatic. No conscious awareness of physical or mental activity. And it's also called delta level. It has very slow brainwave activity and usually associated with deep sleep. And it's about, it's less than 4 cycles per second. Right. And if I have to show you this diagrammatically, you can see this various brain patterns, beta, alpha, theta, delta. How are these frequencies? You can see the graph, right? And this is what, so levels of consciousness, these are, yeah. Right. Okay, so far so good. Any questions? I'll be happy to respond. Right. Okay, so what we are here for primarily is learning the meditation and learning the techniques. Through meditation, we come to a subconscious state, and that's alpha level. We'll be working most of the time and all the time at alpha level. Whatever programming is done for our mind is at alpha level. So let's take let's give it a shot at some situation. Like often when we are stuck with grief, pain, separation, failure, or any disappointment, what do the people often tell us? Time heals all wounds. Yes? But this is not true. This is not true. It's a myth. We accept it. It's my belief system. That's it. My limitation, my lack, my weakness. The time will heal. Time is something external to us. Our feelings are internal to us. Time can't enter my mind and change my feelings. Remember that. It's very important. Right? So why we heal is because over a period of time, we take knowledge, reflect on what has happened, talk to many other people, understand the life's ways, and become emotionally stronger and finally accept what happened. Therefore, time heals. That's how we have been taught, or that's what I've been programmed into our mind. Only we can heal ourselves, not time. We empower our mind subconsciously with positive affirmations as the time passes. Take this moment to teach your mind to take personal responsibility of healing emotional wounds and not waiting for time to heal. Would you like to do it? I'm sure. Repeat these affirmations every day to release all the pain and discomfort you are holding on to. You will learn to face an uncomfortable emotion and find a tool of knowledge to heal it immediately. This makes you resilient to external factors. Once you learn these techniques, this will make you flexible to accept external factors. So, how do I become positive? How affirmations help me? Let's learn this because this is very important. Uh, Choice of powerful words makes good and positive affirmations. What are those words? We are going to learn a little later, but I just want to take you in a systematic way to tell you what we are going to learn, how important they are, the choice of powerful words. Why? An affirmation is a statement that you make or affirm to yourself to help reinforce how you are or you want to be, even if it's not true for you. Remember this, even if it's not true for you, how you are and what you want to be. Okay, so if it's not true for you until now, you make the affirmation. Affirmations are also useful to strengthen useful beliefs. They are stated in positive, remember. So what you want instead of what you don't want, remember that. Affirmations are especially effective when made in alpha level. That's it. Most of us, I am positive, they make positive statements very boldly, very confidently in awakened state. It sounds good, it sounds impressive, but it doesn't help. You really don't turn to be a positive person by just making the statement in fully conscious state. Therefore, remember, if you have to make affirmation and transform your mind, transform yourself, it must be done in alpha level, subconscious state. So, are you all excited? Let's do a quick uh, meditation on making positive affirmations and also to see that it's not the time I can decide to heal myself now. So let's do this exercise. Just about 7 minutes. Yeah, please everyone keep your audio muted. Right, I will mute everyone. So think of a situation of the past where you have suffered a grief, separation, or disappointment. Okay, right. Think of a situation. Sit comfortably in your chair. Remove your spectacles and gently close your eyes. Listen to my instructions and follow them. If you miss any, it's all right. Continue with the present instructions. Sit comfortably in your chair, back straight but relaxed. Keep your body steady, still, no movement. You may have different sensations in different parts of your body, ache, itch, tingling, or whatever. Ignore all such sensations and thoughts and repeat in your mind, come what may, I shall not move. Keep a smile on your face, a cheerful disposition all the time. Take a deep belly breath, inhale, exhale. While exhaling, visualize negative energies leaving your body. Repeat after me in your mind, paying attention to your nostril, observing every breath going in, coming out. Breathing is a natural process, So effortlessly breathe. Just observe. Pay attention to the breath going in, coming out. Pay attention to the breath objectively. You are not to judge, analyze. If it's warm, it's warm. If it's cool, it's cool. Just pay attention as it is. If it's deep, it's deep. If it's shallow, it's shallow. Observe the breath as it is, objectively. In, out. Effortless breathing, the natural breath going in, coming out. You are not to follow the breath inside your body. You are not to follow the breath outside your body. If you have any knowledge about the meditation, previous knowledge, please leave the baggage behind and continue to follow my instructions. You are not to attach any sound. You are not to attach any image to the breath. In, out. In, out. Keep repeating in your mind after me. I have a beautiful relationship with my mind. I keep it happy and stable in every situation. I look at how I am feeling today. If there is any pain of the past, any loss, failure, grief, any unfulfilled desire that I had experienced, because of which my mind is not peaceful or happy today. I know some people have been unfair to me. Situations have been challenging. But I do not wait for time to heal me of my past hurt. Time cannot heal. I choose when to heal myself. I decide to heal now with understanding. No one can hurt me. People will behave as per their perspective. Situations were as they were meant to be. I created the hurt. It was my past karmic account. I had written that scene in my destiny when I did that karma. It's over now. I forgive myself for the hurt I created. It's over. It's over. I am the master of my emotions. I am a master who chooses always. I choose who and what stays on my mind, my every feeling in every situation. I go beyond the hurt that I had created in the past. From today, it's the new karmic account of peace and happiness. Slowly open your eyes at the count of 3. 1, 2. Put your head down, feeling healthy and totally relaxed. Gently open your eyes slowly. As you open your eyes, bring your head up. Be wide awake, feeling healthy, totally relaxed. Whatever I am doing is in the best interest of mankind. It's in the best interest of mankind. In your own time, when ready, be fully awake. Wow. So please unmute yourself, all of you, and share with us. How did you feel? What was your experience? You may even like to use the chat box and share your experience. And I would rather be happy, or all of us would be happy, if you unmute and say it. How did you feel? What was your experience?
Jane could not sit throughout the session, but this last 7 minutes meditation part, I was sitting still. I really, in 7 minutes, I find body a little more relaxed. So in between, I was pacing here and there, sitting here, sitting there. But these last few minutes were very, 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 very relaxing. So I'll keep practicing slowly, slowly. Someday I'll get somewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This is the power of determination. And your determination, you have to begin, it's a starting point. You have to have intense will, or a strong will to start. And the rest we will take care. When you have a strong determination, you start programming your mind. I'm not going to move, and that's what is going to happen. Yes, and that's what have you heard of this Pablo Picasso, one of the greatest pianists? Eh? Kalindi, you have heard about his story? He was in his 90s. Yeah, share if you have heard about him. And what about him?
No, Captain, please share.
Okay, see, Pablo Picasso was a great pianist, and around after in mid 70s or early 80s, he had a severe arthritis, and by mid 80s he was bedridden. Now, being a musician, their first priority is a couple of hours of riyaz or practice of music, what they are doing it. And now he was in his early 90s. And since mid 80s to early 90s, he was unable to get up from his bed. But all his meals, even the toilets, everything was on his bed. But when it was a time for his music practice, from somewhere he would get the strength, get up from his bed, walk to the piano, play the piano for 1 hour plus, walk back to the bed and lie down. Thereafter, nothing on his own. The nurse used to take care thereafter. How did he manage to walk up to the piano and come back? That programming of the mind. That's it. He had only programmed कि मेरे को रियाज करना है. Even when he was disabled, he would become totally fit and able person and do that. That is the power of your mind I want to share with you. So starting point is make those determinations. Yeah, who else? Please, anyone wants to share?
I'll share.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Sir, in the beginning, there were the thoughts coming, but after that, it all got vanished, and no thoughts were there for a longer time.
Wonderful.
So how is it, sir? Is it good or?
Good or bad?
Yeah.
We will not roll into the craving or aversion for any thought. If I say good, then you say, aisa thought to roz aaye. If I say bad, then you will say, no, I don't want such thoughts. So, Sheetal, as you progress more, you will learn about equanimity and craving and aversion in more detail. But for Umaira, yeah, it's perfectly normal to feel that way. And afterwards, when the change, the transformation takes place, that means impurities, defilement of your mind are leaving. Okay. So it's perfectly all right. If there is a sensation, if there is a good thought or a bad thought, or if there is an ache or a pain during meditation, is perfectly all right. Do not try to classify into good or bad. Perfectly normal. You are in the right direction. Yeah, thank you. Who else? Come on. Let's hear from everyone. Sheetal. सबसे पहले तो अनम्यूट करना, म्यूट अनम्यूट करना सीखना पड़ेगा.
Sorry, can you hear me now? Yeah, sorry. I had a question. During this 7 minutes, I did have some thoughts come in and go, but I was just letting them be. आते थे, फिर चले जाते थे, but I did not, fight it as what to say, नहीं आना चाहिए ऐसे कुछ. But I did have certain thoughts. Oh, where are my girls? What are they doing? So for a couple of minutes, I did have that thought, but it went away again. Then I was trying to concentrate again on my breathing. But yeah, so I wanted to ask you, as we progress, do the thoughts become less and less? Is that what meditation is about?
I won't answer your question, but I would rather say meditation is not about reducing the number of thoughts. Meditation is not about resisting the thoughts. Meditation is all about observing your thoughts or ignoring your thoughts. That's it. It's like, remember, I'm sure all our alumni would say कि बार-बार repeat करता है, but आपके लिए मैं repeat करता हूँ. What you resist will persist. Remember one thing, it's a cardinal rule of the life. Okay? Therefore, do not resist anything during meditation. Ignore it. The key word is ignore. Okay? अच्छे thought आते हैं, ठीक है. Observe कर लिया, देख लिया, अच्छे thought हैं. Let it go. Pass on. Next thought comes, let it come. Next comes, let it come. Just ignore. See the thoughts objectively. That means you are not to analyze or judge. अच्छे thought हैं, खराब thought हैं, why they are coming. How can I avoid thought? My meditation will be successful if I am thoughtless. Oh, nothing like that. That's why I mentioned, leave previous baggage about the knowledge of meditation behind. Give this system a fair trial. Give it about 3 to 4 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks, depending on your consistency and practice. See the transformation taking place. But if you decide to mix and match, then you will find difficulty in progressing. So just keep listening, ask questions. Of course, that's very important, always. Yeah. Anyone, is that okay, Sheetal? Yeah, fine. Yeah, great.
Yeah, thank you.
Talked about ignoring our thoughts. I wanted to ask, the greater the attachment, sometimes it's more difficult to ignore certain things. So does that mean that we must cultivate detachment to be more objective? Is that the same as having no cravings and no aversions? How do we cultivate that in our close relationships so that we are loving and at the same time able to ignore?
Wonderful. Very nice question, Kalanti. See, it's, I know you have said it's easily said than done, difficult. Okay. So this is what we are going to study now afterwards, or maybe tomorrow or day after. how you think and the choice of words that you have. The more you start dissecting it, the attachment ये होता है, love ये होता है, it is difficult to ignore. It's not possible to do this. Then actually you are reprogramming, reinforcing your mind. It is difficult, I can, then the result is you will not change. So it's important that we think of ignore means I just let it pass off. I do not resist any thoughts. I do not analyze any thoughts. It's a practice. It's not going to come in one day. And the determination and intense will is very important, which are the friends who have joined new will learn this DBER, desire, belief, expectancy, and result. These are the cardinal things. You have to have intense belief. You have to have intense desire to transform yourself. So the answer is only one. Here it's not like a management school. There are different items for different things for transformation. Here there's only one thing: nourish your mind to get what you want. These thoughts will come initially, but as you are on the progress of nourishing your mind, when your mind becomes strong, automatically these things will stop coming. And besides this, we are going to learn techniques, how to think big, what are the powerful words to be used, what is your attitude, and what are your belief system. All this will help us to transform. Okay. Is that okay?
Yes.
But the key underlying factor is consistent and regular practice of breath awareness. Breath awareness brings self-awareness. When self-awareness comes, the thought of, there's nothing difficult. I have to have a strong data. I am going to change. Self-awareness means I am going to change. And the self-awareness will come from breath awareness. And breath awareness is mother of all meditation. It's very simple. It's irrespective of any faith, irrespective of any belief. Breath is something truth and nothing but the truth. Each one of us have breath. Practice it. That's it. Okay. Is that all right, Kalindi?
Yes, Captain, I took away the key statement as let it pass, because sometimes when we think I'm going to ignore it, it means it is affecting me and I'm going to ignore it. But when I say I'm going to let it pass, it's not even affecting me. It's just it happened and I'm letting it pass.
Yeah, the word ignore, the use of word ignore depends on your intention. Remember that. Now, all these will come. Humera, Nikat has come or not today? Yeah, she's there. So you will find the word ignore also means Humera bolegi, sir, आपने तो आज मेरे को एक भी question नहीं पूछा. She will probably send a personal message. Why did you ask me any question? Were you trying to ignore me? That's one ignore. Another ignore is, I saw Humera, but I didn't want to say whether she has got a spectacles, the color of her frame, what it is like, and what kind of a hair she has groomed her, what kind of a dupatta she is wearing. That is analyzing it, seeing it, this thing. That need not be there. Yeah, I've seen Humera. She's present in the class, she is attentive, but it does not matter what's the color of her spectacles, what is the kind of a print on her dupatta, how is she sitting, not sitting, right? That's okay. And I I look at Humaira and pass it on to Kalindi. I mean, as I'm seeing on my screen. Then I look at Kalindi, I pass it on to Sheetal. I'm not analyzing Kalindi has got a ponytail or she has got a clip behind, or, Sheetal is looking still perplexed. What is the complexion Sheetal has got? What is the complexion of Kalindi? That is, you are getting stuck at the thought. Moment the thought comes, Kalindi is attending my class. Let's say while meditation, a thought may come. Then, yeah, Kalindi is attending the class like Sheetal and Humaira. Another way is, Kalindi, acha, oh, what's the complexion? What kind of a specs she wear? Is a frame thin or thick? That is not to be done. Okay. And am I making clear with these examples?
Yes.
Yes.
With no offense to Humaira, Kalindi or Sheetal, it's
No,
just, it's
ignore it. Now that statement has a little different meaning. The ignorance is bliss. So sometimes if you take a twist of that.
Yeah. No. Correct. And ignore also as a third connotation,
Yeah.
Kalindi and self, we went for a party. I didn't even talk to her. Ignore Kalindi. Okay. So that's another meaning of intention. So it's very important as we gradually progress, the intentions also make a lot of difference in what we are doing. Okay.
Thank you.
So, if there are there any questions, please do ask. It's okay. Right. Friends, I think we will wind up here today, or maybe I can make an introduction to understanding your mind. Right. So before we go, I'll make an introduction. The next thing is we need to how our mind works, that I showed you. There are different conscious mind, unconscious mind, subconscious mind. Okay. What are the levels we have spoken about? Okay. And we have done a small meditation exercise just to get you, look, this is what the techniques you are going to do here, how they are attached to your mind. Now comes understanding your mind. Friends, your life is expression of your mind. How you use your mind and when you use your mind can make a difference. You are in charge of your life. You can make it happen. You just have to ask yourself, you are what you think, how you think. You are what your attitude is. You are what your belief are. These three small things, these three simple but very powerful things of your mind can upgrade your life. I think that's what all of us have come here to this workshop.